So you never made partner. Now what? Well, the first thing you should do, go celebrate. Because you don't know the silver bullet you just dodged. Second thing you should do, hold on, let's back this up to the beginning. Let's back it up to when you completed your CPA designation and you landed that dream job that you knew as long as you put the hours in, you're gonna make partner someday. So what'd you do? You told yourself day in and day out when you were working 8, 10, 12 hours a day, 40, 50 hours a week, I'm doing this because someday I'm gonna make partner. I'm doing this because someday I'm gonna make partner. You went home late at night to your spouse and your kids and you kept telling yourself every morning when you woke up, I'm doing it to make partner. I'm doing it to make partner. Fast forward 3, 4, 5 years down the line, you get the opportunity and the opportunity falls off the table. What do? Well, first let's look at what is the big thing with making partner? Why do you want to make partner? I got a few ideas. There's prestige, obviously, in becoming a partner. There's confirmation of your self-worth, what you're able to bring to the table. And of course, let's not forget, there's more money involved. Whatever you're making as an employee or a senior manager and now you make partner, you can pretty much double what you're currently making. But you didn't make partner. Why am I telling you the first thing you should do is go celebrate? I can tell you that because I'm on the other side. I know what lies before you. I know the opportunities that are there. And I know that had you made partner, all you would have been doing is you would have been making a deal whereby your current position would be amplified to a more stressful position. You think, okay, yeah, you're gonna make a bit more money, no doubt about that, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all like making money. It allows you to go buy things and it allows you to treat your family and that sort of thing. So there's no slam against making more money or having the desire to make more money. However, your 40, 50, 60 hours a week, that would have continued, but it would have been a lot more stressful. You would have been competing with other partners. The office politics would still be there. The firm culture would still be there. You would still be proving to every single person in that office, partners, colleagues, employees, you would still be proving to them what you have and what your worth is. And the reality is, you haven't approved that on a daily basis, that never goes away until the day you retire. And then you look back at all that proving that you had to do. And that's when you sit back and you think to yourself, was this really worth it? But by then it's too late. The reason I say to you, go celebrate, is because 80% of the challenge is mental. And you have already crossed that mental line. You have already determined that you want to do more in your life than being an employee. And there's nothing wrong with being an employee. There's lots of people who are awesome employees and they do a hell of a job. But you're different. You wanted to take that next step up. And the reason I say go celebrate is because you're already 80% there. And the fact that you did not bind yourself into a contract that I know for a fact, it would have been awesome for the first 2, 3, 4 years, but the reality is your life wouldn't have changed. It only would have got a heck of a lot more intense and stressful, and just as many or possibly more hours would be spent trying to prove yourself. So now that you've already crossed that mental block into the world of you want a little more than being an employee, now you want to start to kind of work for yourself. Well, now the sky's the limit. Because if you wanted to make partner for the prestige, for the confirmation of your self-worth, and to make more money, well, then you've just entered a whole brand new world with so many opportunities. What am I getting at? I'm getting at you possibly owning and operating your own firm. Two things that come with that. Number one, if you were willing to continue to put in the 40 to 50 to 60 hours a week, remember I said when you make partner, you would make double, maybe 3 times what your current wage is right now. If you're going to put in those kind of hours, you're going to make 4, 5, possibly 6 times what you're currently making. So the money part, yeah, that's taken care of, and then some. The prestige that comes with owning your own firm, that's buttoned down, no problem. And the proof that your CPA and you as a person, your self-worth, you've proven that over and over and over again. In fact, you proved that when you got your CPA. The only person that you're proving to now is yourself. You don't need to prove it to anybody else. So those 3 variables are taken care of. Now the flip side of that though, is let's say the reason that you worked the 40 to 50 to 60 hours a week was to make partner. And the reality is you had a misperception that when you made partner, you could back it off a bit to maybe 40 hours a week, and you could make more money, and you could have your junior staff or your senior staff who report to you, they could put in the 40 to 50 hours a week, and you can go home early. It's not the way it works as a partner. Like I said, it's only more stressful, and the hours are just as long, if not longer. Now, if you were under the impression that you could work fewer hours, when you get your own firm, you can actually do that. You can tailor your firm to be what I refer to as a lifestyle firm. And a lifestyle firm, what that would do is that would reduce your hours. You could work 20 hours, you could work 30 hours a week. In a few of my other videos, I mentioned a firm that I purchased about a year ago. I work 9 hours a week, and in that firm, I net about $250 plus a year. So what you could do is, if you wanted a lifestyle firm, that is where you're going to back your hours off, and you're going to work 20. I definitely would not work more than 30 hours a week if I had a lifestyle firm. And by having a lifestyle firm with all the right building blocks and all the pieces exactly where they should be, you're going to double and possibly triple what your current earnings are right now. So in terms of the monetary reward for becoming a partner, well, you'll match that through a lifestyle firm. In terms of prestige, well, you own your own firm. There's prestige with that, whether you go to the bank for financing for a loan, whether you're talking to people or friends or socializing and people ask you what you do and that sort of thing, you got the prestige. That goes with it. Carte blanche, there's no issue there. And the self-worth, like I said, you're only proving it to yourself at this stage in the game. When you got your CPA, when you tell anybody you've got your CPA, they know the kind of work that's involved in getting that. And they already think that you've made it. So like I said, the only person you're proving it to is to yourself. Once you get your firm, your own firm, you've proven it to yourself. So your 3 objectives: work less hours, prove it to yourself, and make more money. All 3 of those objectives are met with you owning your own firm. The icing on the cake, though, is that the office politics, gone. The competition with other partners and other colleagues, gone. I don't know if I could take a day off because what's co-worker or what's partner in office B gonna think about that? Gone. You want a day off? Take a day off. You run the show when you own your own firm. And that's why I say, you didn't make partner? Go celebrate. Because what is before you, or what is possibly before you, if you want to take that next step, when you do, and you will take that next step, because you've already got it in your head, that you've already crossed that mental line of, I don't know if I can do it, in terms of shifting from being an employee to being the guy or the girl who calls the shots. Well, you've already mentally cross that line. You know you have what it takes, or at least you want to challenge yourself and prove that you have what it takes. Knowing that, it's only a matter of time. And whether you pull the trigger on that today, or whether it takes you maybe 6 months or a year to do it, to pull the trigger on it, you will do it at some point in the future. And when you do, I assure you, there will be no looking back. How do I know? I did all that myself. I started that about 18 years ago, as I've explained in my other videos. Basically, I started my own firm, completely loved it, expanded through acquisition 3-4 times. I got a couple more on the back burner that I'm looking at right now. It's just something, it's a blueprint that you can just replicate over and over and over if that's what you want to do, or you can customize it to suit your lifestyle if you want to do that as well. Those are 2 options you don't get if you make partner in a firm. You make partner in a firm, you've stepped up a notch, no ifs, ands, or buts about that, but the reality is there's a little more to it than that, and it's quite a bit more restrictive than what you might be thinking it is. Anyway, you guys, if anything that I mentioned during this video resonates with anyone, feel free to hit me up, give me a call, and maybe we should discuss what your future looks like now that you haven't made partner. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.